So in this exam practice question here, you have to work out the length of the arc. You've been given information in the diagram that gives you the angle, and they're asking you to calculate the length of the major arc. So that's actually all this length here. And the angle that goes with that is this 320. So in order to work out your arc length, what you're going to do is you take your angle, which in this case is 320, you put it over 360, that creates your fraction, times by it's a fraction of the whole circumference. Now the formula for using the circumference of a circle is the pi d. However, in this question, the other piece of information you've been given is the 7.4. Now that 7.4 is the radius of the circle, but when you're working out the circumference, we need the diameter. So how do you get from the radius to the diameter? Well, we should know that that means that you're going to have to multiply by 2 to get your diameter to be 14.8. So the calculation that you would then go on and do in your calculator, 320 over 360 times the pi key times by 14.8. And if you do all that in the calculator, it would have got you 41.3293. All of the other digits, we would round that usually to 2 decimal places, so 41.33, and our measurements are in centimetres. So that's calculating an arc length. The arc length, remember, is related to the circumference of the circle. That's when you use the pi d formula, and it's the diameter measurement that you need for that. Second question. You're told in this diagram below, AOD is a sector of a circle, so you've got a wee bit of a circle going on, and you've also got this triangle, and the sector of the circle is within the triangle. You're given two pieces of information as well. You know that in triangle OBC, so in the big triangle, they tell you the length from O to B is 38 and the length from O to C is 55. You're also given information about the sector. You're told the radius and you're also told the angle. So what you're then asked to do is work out the area of the sector. So if we just look at the sector to work out, we've just done calculating an arc length. The area of the sector very much starts off in a similar kind of way. It is related to the angle. So your area of your sector that you're looking for, AOD, is worked out by taking the angle, which in this case is 75, compared to 360. Now this time you're multiplying that fraction by, because it's area of the circle, we're using pi r squared. The information we were given is that the radius for the sector is 30 centimetres. So that bit in there would be 30 centimetres. So that means when we do this calculation, we get 75 over 360 times pi times by 30 squared. And remember, that means 30 times 30. You do all that in the calculator, you would get 589.0486, whole load of other digits. We would round that to 589.05, and your units for area, remember, are square centimetres. So that's how you get the area of the sector. That's to do with your fraction, which is related to your angle. Part B, calculate the area of triangle OBC. And for this, you had to, I would suggest even drawing out the little triangle to help yourself see what you're doing here. So we've got triangle OBC. The information that you were given with the diagram is that O to B is 38 centimetres, and you're also told that O to C is 55 centimetres, and of course you've got that angle of 75 in here. So marking on your lowercase letters, you've got B and C, and this one you'd go to the formula sheet, and the area of your triangle formula would be a half BC sine O, and filling in your numbers, you do a half times 55 times by 38 times by the sine of 75. If you do all of that on the calculator, it comes up as 1009.3924, all of the other digits, and that gives us, rounding to 2 decimal places, 1009.39, and again it's area, so units would be squared. Now there was a third part in this question, so we had A, B, and then part C, and for this we had to work out what the area of the shaded part was. So we've just worked out the two areas. We've got the triangle and we've also got the sector, and what you do here, so the triangle would include the sector, so to get the gap round about it, you do the sector area, which is the bigger one, take away the your triangle, rather, take away the area of the sector. So the shaded area, right, your shaded area will be equal to your triangle, area of your triangle, take away the area of the sector. So that in this case would be your 1009.39 minus 589.05. If you do that in the calculator, you get 420.34 square metres. Now that was broken down into parts A, B and C for you. What you could be, the original question was just calculate this shaded area, and it wouldn't have been broken down, but it's worth noting that the stages, the A and the B part there, are the sort of processes they would expect you to know how to work if that came up in an exam.